So at the end of the day, in 2012, there were hundreds of people from 7 states who participated in the process. We refined our vision and mission. We developed very concrete goals and objectives and curriculum specificity. We knew exactly what we wanted to actually teach and what we hoped people would learn at the end of the day, so that we got, as clear as we could about what it was that we were trying to accomplish. And we did this in an interesting way. Not just did we have summits, but we actually called together a curriculum committee. And we, again, tried to make this sound horrible. We said, you're going to have to meet once a week for 3 months, and it's going to be like 3 hours, and there's going to be extra credit work. And 40 people applied to be on this curriculum committee. And so we picked 20 who really represented every medium and also age group, gender, and we also were intrigued that, again, not just artists showed up. We had a CPA, and we had an economics professor. The people who came and wanted to be engaged in this were not just creative people. And that really spurred us to think differently. We divided that group into 3 different subcommittees. One of them really focused on how we were going to deliver this curriculum. Could we use distance learning? If we're all living in these rural places, will we have enough internet access? Can we do webinars? How will this all work? And you can imagine in 2012, related to 2014, that's already changed. But we also had a committee that focused on what artists specifically needed to learn. What were the gaps? What would help make the difference and help artists actually make more money and have a more meaningful impact in their communities? And then the third committee, the Why committee, followed these questions down here. They started meeting with our businesses and educators and government officials, and they asked really crazy questions. They said, how can we help you? And the business people would go, well, I don't know, wait a minute. If you could help me think about marketing in a different way, wow, this is really interesting. And these amazing brainstorms would start to happen, and business people, lawyers, amazing left-brained folks thinking about how much more their business could be effective if they actually knew how to be more creative personally, but even more importantly, if they could find creatives. The other questions we asked them were, what is it like to work with a creative person? And, for most of them, they said, well, we don't know. We don't even know where you creative people are. We don't know how to find you, and you're a little scary because you're different and you look different, and we don't know, but we really want to be around you. And those conversations convinced us that maybe the time was ripe for us to think about creating a curriculum and creating a program that was not just about artists, but really was about shifting the whole way that all of our communities think about art and creativity. That what if we really shifted the value of art and creativity? Why not? If we have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, people are giving us money, we have incredible people engaged who want to volunteer their time to help. Should we just create marketing classes and finance classes that are made artist-friendly? Or should we create curriculum that actually changes the way that our communities think about art, think about creativity, think about innovation, and think about each other? So that's what we decided to do, was go crazy. So here's what we came up with. That this really is our vision, to build amazing, new, vibrant, enterprising communities by generating a new value for art and creativity. And that's a pretty tall order, no question. But what it really meant for us is that it meant that we had to change the way we even imagined our curriculum. Suddenly our curriculum wasn't just for artists, it was for the entire community. And it needed to be for business people, government officials, educators, as well as artists, all coming together to learn and collaborate and imagine a new place where creativity is expected and demanded at every level of our government, our decision-making, and our business worlds. So The curriculum that we designed is what you're sitting in today. We designed a 3-day weekend workshop to sort of get that overview, really start to feel what this shift can be like in our lives, how we can encourage it in the rest of our communities, and more importantly, that we actually learn some real solid business skills. Because the truth is, business is not as scary as it seems, right? Business people, it's not. It is in some ways as much of a design process as the design processes that we use as artists. There is a beginning, there is an end, there's a problem, there's a solution, and there are rote processes that you can use to really predict and try and predict as much as you can what your business is going to do as it moves forward. So that's the Shift Workshop. We have a program that follows it. It's a 6-month-long program called Evolve that actually digs in really deep. This is the personal deep dive into business planning. Our program is different from most other business planning programs in that it has a couple things built in from the beginning. One is a commitment to coaching. We just think that we can't do this alone. And to have someone who is able to be your personal ally for 6 months, kick you in the butt to do things a little bit differently, and who has a business background, who can really help you change the way that you're organizing yourself and your business can make all the difference in the world in terms of your success. The other thing is that we actually prototype your business in the process. So you build or create or design and deliver the smallest version of whatever it is that you're trying to do in your business in the process. So you get real market feedback. You know how long it takes you to make that bicycle helmet that's shaped like a carrot, and you figure out how much someone's going to pay for it, and you can also tell how many people you think are going to buy it as well. So you can start to track things differently. So when you get to the end of that business plan, you actually know a lot more than you would have if you had just done a plan and never tried out what it was that you were doing. The other key thing that's different about our programming really is that artists and business people are involved at every step of the way. So in this Evolve program, we have folks engaged who are business people and artists. They're working together. So imagine the collaboration and the networking that happens. The skill sharing, the skill developing is an amazing thing. From the business community, the surprising part is they're in love with this program because most folks don't know where to find creative people. And to be able to spend 6 months with creatives thinking about a new product line that you're designing or how to market your existing product differently and better is invaluable. The prototyping doesn't hurt either. So those are the programs that we've designed and delivered so far. We have others in the works. And one of the things that we did early on was take the Shift Workshop, the one that you're in today, and design it for college students. So we've now had 4 semesters of an internship program that has run at CSU, where we teach a 1-hour seminar a week, and they're placed with a working artist, arts organization, or creative business to actually get some real-world experience and get the curriculum that you're going to get this weekend before they leave school. 14% of the students that we've served so far have ended up with a paid position with the host that they started with. So after they're done, jobs have been created, and folks have ended up with taking jobs that already did exist. So that's a pretty cool statistic, and it's one of the things that we're actually moving out into the rest of Colorado outside of CSU now as well. So here's what it's all about. It's all about this paradigm shift. This guy, Thomas Kuhn, coined the term paradigm shift back in the 60s, and it was really all about thinking about how you change society and how things happen really abruptly. And we're in one of those moments. We are absolutely not alone in this thought that we can change the value of art and creativity. It's already happening in our world and in our economies right now. And right now is a pretty good time for this to happen, because as we all sit here in our beautiful building in the middle of Colorado, the world is in trouble. And here we are as many very fortunate folks who may have had difficult lives, but we have incredible gifts that we have to give, and the power of creativity puts us right at the cusp of being able to help other people solve problems, make their lives better, help heal along the way. And for us, this is a really important reason for us to be artists and for us to be creatives, is to be engaged and to make a difference in communicating what we see in our world. So here's what it is. The shift is all about changing the way we show up in the world. It's showing that we can actually help business and government and education thrive. And we can do that as artists and creative people. And that the way it happens is through collaboration. If we can actually be friends and get out of our siloed worlds that say, I'm a business person and I'm an artist, but instead find that common ground that, frankly, art brings together often, sometimes controversially, but art really is that unifier that brings folks together who don't always communicate. And that is the power and strength that we really have as creatives. The time is amazing because of the internet. As we all know, it's part of what has sort of rocked our worlds in a negative way, because the gallery systems, the publishing industry, the music industry, all of it has been turned on its ear, but it's also the way out, because we can actually find people who love what we make and what we do faster than we ever could before. We can create community in a different way. Does it feel weird? And for many of us here, it is not something that we were born into. It is something that we're learning and it's experiencing in a different way, but it is the way out. And it gives us incredible opportunity, particularly in the Intermountain West, to live where we want to live and still sell and still make a living in the world as a global economy. So all of this really changes everything that we've ever imagined about making art and being creative.